Welcome back to the Katie Ratio. I'm Kirby.
I'm me.
That's him.
I'm Justin.
And we're going to start off with a little fun fact that I haven't told you yet. I heard it in my human sexuality class. But did you know that 6% of the population has a third nipple?
6%?
6%. Do you know that? Bet you fucking didn't.
How have I not met somebody with a third nipple? I feel like it's
which is crazy because so they said that it was either obviously two nips right there where they usually are. Now, in my opinion or my thought process, it would be right here. You know, being 1, 2, 3, little straight line action. But it's either gonna be under the nipple or in the armpit area.
Now, is it like a fully is it a fully defined nipple or is it kind of like a?
I think it's more of a.
Because you know how sometimes there's a lot of birth defects where somebody's born with a third arm or something, but the arm actually isn't functioning like the rest.
I think it's just because I know for breastfeeding, that's the functional use. I think
breastfeed a baby.
Right
under your armpit.
I think it's just the darker. It looks like a nipple. It has no functional use.
Well, yeah, I mean for breastfeeding.
I'll also be honest. During the video, I heard that and immediately thought I need to tell the world that, but I did not hear anything before or after. It was just
I need to get this 6%. Out on the internet.
I don't care about nothing else.
More people need to know that they possibly have a third nipple and don't even know about it.
If you have a third nipple, contact us because we're fucking interested now.
Don't send pictures.
Don't send pics.
Don't send pictures.
Just DM us.
Give us some details. What is it like? Actually, we could probably go on the internet and find out what third nipples look like.
I want to see one live. I want us to turn the camera and it's just that person with their third nipple.
Our next guest has to have a third nipple.
Has to have a third nipple.
That's a fact.
Set and fine. But I've been wanting to say that for so long now. After I figured that out.
And now you got it off your chest.
Yeah, now I got it off my chest.
Do you feel better?
I got that third nipple. The third nipple off my chest, and now I feel better.
Man, guys, that third nipple was weighing me down.
It was
glad to get it off.
It was
my
a
chest.
lot of stress. But
you want to talk about pet peeves?
Too, right? I think there's been some pet peeves that I just feel. Okay, because I'm getting old, and these pet peeves develop? Or are these developing because I'm getting old, that I'm slowly turning into an old man? I'm only 22, but at the same time.
Well, what's a pet peeve you're thinking of?
So I have a few, but I think the first one is I feel it's a little bit more serious, but people who we're gonna start off with the first one, and that's fucking tone of voice. Okay, and my biggest pet peeve is upspeak. Do you know what upspeak is?
How are you doing?
It's that bullshit.
Yeah.
So it's
gets a little high pitch.
Every fucking thing sounds like a question. It sounds like a question, and it's hard not to say that in a question, but
I get what you're saying. If you're gonna say hold on, give us an example. With upspeak, say I'm having a great day today.
I'm having a great day. I'm having a great day. Where you're what the fuck?
Oh yeah, kind of yeah.
There's a YouTuber.
I don't know. Are you?
Yeah, what are you trying to if I was oh, I need to fill up my water. I need to fill up my water. You're with what?
Why are you asking me?
Why are you questioning your refill? That's been one of
Is your water empty?
Yeah,
you probably do need to fill it up.
I hope so. It's thanks. And fuck you.
Yeah, I mean,
that's definitely the
I'm trying to think
one.
if I know anybody who does that, and I don't think I do.
I don't know anyone.
I've heard people when I'm out in public, when they're talking to whoever they're with, I hear it, but I don't think I know anybody personally that does that.
I don't know. I can't fucking stand it. And there's one YouTuber that does it, but he does conspiracy videos and shit like that. But every time I hear it, I was he's just talking. And it sounds like a fucking question the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't stand it.
Yeah, that would get on my nerves too.
Like, could you imagine dating someone like that?
Where like every sentence they say, you have to like kind of look at it and be like, am I supposed to reply? Am I supposed to answer this?
Is that a yes or no question? When she's like, you just built your monitor today? Wait, that is a question. It's hard not to say it in a question.
Well, that could be both. It's like, you just built your monitor today.
Oh yeah, so that was
a fact.
But
to make it a question, you'd have to be like,
sounds like a fucking question.
Yeah. The way you did phrase it made it sound like a question with the upspeak.
I think that's my first one, and my second one that's always on my mind is the topic of putting like a timestamp on your life. You know what I'm saying? So like by like 25, I want to be moved out, or 25, I want to be moved out. 28, I want to be married. 30, I want to have a house. You could die today. Like, I could shut off this camera and get hit by a car.
But everything you just described are just goals.
See, but it, like, has to happen. And if it doesn't happen, then they're fucking, like, my life's in shambles.
It's like, for like a smaller example, it'd be like, I want to go out Friday night. And then for some reason everyone bails, you can't go out. And now like,
it's like,
they feel like their life is ruined for a day or two.
I feel like it's bigger events. So it's like, oh, I have to graduate in 4 years. But if it takes 5 due to either like you fail the class or like you switch majors, then you're like, my life's off track.
So there's a difference between saying I have to graduate in 4 years and it's my goal to graduate in 4 years?
Somewhat. I think it's like, I've heard it with a few people, but the whole like, I have to have this by this time, and if I don't, I'm going to be constantly thinking about it. I'm like, why not just take life as life is and like take it as it comes? You know what I'm saying?
Little does he know I kind of do that.
See, and
to an extent. I'm not. I mean, I have goals, like, I have a goal for when I hit 26, like, where I want to be in life.
Yeah.
But if I wasn't there when I was 20...
If you're not there when you're 26...
See, I would be mad at myself if I was nowhere near where I wanted to be. Yeah. But if I come up a little bit short, and I still at least can see some progress from where I was, and, like, I'm, somewhere in between where I was and where I want to go, then, like, I'd still be happy with that progress. Yeah. I'd be like, I didn't make it in the time I wanted to, but, maybe next year I'll get there.
Yeah, or you know that you're, like, on the right path, but it's, like, things that you can't control. Like, it's hard to get into a relationship. It's, like, it's hard to meet, especially now with quarantine, but it's, like, it's hard to meet someone and, like, all that jazz, but...
If you catfish.
But if you catfish,
get on a quick little fake internet relationship.
Boom.
Get on the Catfish TV show. That's your way to fame. Everybody start catfishing more often. That's the
normalize catfishing.
Normalize catfishing.
That's what we want to really get to today.
I want to meet somebody online and think they're one person, and then have them be someone completely different. That is really.
Have you ever lied about your height?
No. Okay. I don't have to. I'm 6 foot. I made that mark, and I'm proud of it.
You're proud of it.
I don't need to lie that I'm 6'1" or anything like that. In fact, maybe I'm thinking about seeing a chiropractor to get like that extra half inch.
Half inch matters.
6 and a half, 6 feet and a half.
6 foot and a half. 6.5 feet.
Why can I not say that? Because it's not 6.5 feet. It's 6 feet and half an inch. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I don't know why I had such a hard time saying that.
I'm 6'3 3/4. And yes, I have.
Show off.
You know what? You know what's bullshit is an inch is maybe that much, give or take.
Dude, an inch is like this much.
Okay.
I like how we're doing this on camera. They probably can't even see.
I've told people that I was 6'4" at a time, just because I was like, I'm basically there. Like with a solid shoe on, I'm 6'4".
Yeah, no. If you're
and they're like, you're not 6'4". I'm like, you're 5'3". What the fuck do you know about this 6 foot and up life?
Yeah, if you are nowhere near my level.
You're nowhere near this level of height.
Literally.
Who are you to say?
No, see that's justifiable. Because like if you're pushing, like, it's a lot to save. Nobody wants to sit there and be like, yeah, I'm 5'11" and a half.
Okay, but here's the thing. I would say I'm 6'4", and they're like, no, you're not. I'm like, I'm 6'3". They're like, that's more like it. I'm like, I'm glad that you fucking figured out my inch of a lie that I've been holding over my head for the past like 2 years. But it's like, I'm 6 foot. I'm a
more like holding it under your shoe.
Yeah, like
I'm so hilarious.
Like that little. Okay, 3.5 inches.
Mm-hmm.
What's a half inch? Exactly.
A half inch. So an inch is probably about. Oh no, let me find a good finger. Like from your knuckle to. What the fuck? I don't know what these bones are called. That's
We'll figure this.
From the knuckle to the first joint in your pinky is probably about an inch.
Okay, so like when.
Depending on this size of you. I mean, this only applies for people who are 6 foot and over.
So if you're not, shut up.
Get your pinky out of here. Your measurements are completely inaccurate.
But like, I just found it so weird that some people were like, no, you're not. And I was like, I'm 6'3" then? And then they're like, that's more like it. I'm like, you can't even see the top of my fucking head. I'm like, how are you determining my height? I'm not going to go full deep into it more than I already have. But I also remember I was out and someone was like, how tall are you? And I was like, oh, I'm 6'3". 6'3".
Mm-hmm.
And they go, no, you're not. And I was like, you're 5'5". What? She was like, well, when I hear people 6 foot and above, I think they're really skinny. I was like, so you're saying like I'm a good proportional man?
Are you calling me fat?
I was like, yeah. I was like, I'm what? And I like.
By the way, I totally fit into that skinny 6 foot and above.
And I was like,
stereotype.
I think like I'm a thick boy.
So I'm sorry, because it's my 6 foot skinny people that.
Shout out to the thick ass boy gang.
Shout out to the thin ass boy gang.
Duality.
Tune in next week when Kirby and I fight each other to see which gang is better.
When
I could take you.
probably, dude.
I don't know. We'll see.
Have you ever wondered about if someone came up to you to fight, are you ready?
Yes.
I've had this thought so often, all the time now.
Am I ready? Yes. Will I win?
Depends.
I don't know.
Do they have?
I
to
won't
be
sit here and
shorter?
say if somebody came and fought me, I'd win. But I would if it really got to that point and somebody wanted to fight me, then I think I would be prepared until I took that first hit that knocked me out.
See, okay, I'm not like a real aggressive or like angry person, but I think because I'm a little bigger and stronger now, I just want to know where I stand. There's some things in my life that I just want to know, like,
Well, why
am
don't you take up like karate, jiu-jitsu? No, maybe not karate. Like jiu-jitsu or
I want to do jiu-jitsu.
like MMA or something.
Fun fact, I did karate as a kid. You know what held me back?
What?
Take a guess. One guess of what held me back in my legendary karate career.
Attitude.
No, it was a fucking cartwheel. I could not do a cartwheel to save my life.
Wait, okay, because I did karate when I was younger too. I never had to do a cartwheel for it.
It was like the move sequence to level up to get a new belt.
Mm-hmm.
And the fucking cartwheel held me back. I was supposed to go like full blown like white belt, which is bullshit.
I never had to do a cartwheel.
It was like punch, kick, cartwheel. I kind of like did like a sideways somersault and then got back up, and I just was like emotional because I was like, fuck these short skinny kids that can do cartwheels.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I leveled up my red belt because it went like red belt and then a red belt with like a little yin yang symbol because it was like you're like halfway point. I got that before my friend.
Yeah, it's like I think when I did it, it would go like white with black stripe,
yeah,
yellow with black stripe, and I think after yellow came blue.
So I got the red with the yin yang symbol before my friend, and I was like, you know, I don't want to tell him because I don't know how like far he is. He told me that he was like 2 belts in front of me, and I was like, you fucking bitch. Like, why? I was like, why are you so good? He's like, cartwheels, bro. I was like,
maybe I just didn't learn karate properly.
I was
never had to do cartwheels.
I was also like a fat little kid. Like I'm tall and lengthy now, but like I was a little chubby.
Yeah, I feel like you have to be in like pretty good shape to be able to do a cartwheel at least properly.
I might show a picture of me from when I was a kid. It was fucking bad.
Where's Taylor in all this now? We were just talking to our friend who does gymnastics. She could have shown us how to do a cartwheel right now.
I've done one. It's like a solid 6 out of 10.